welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you are new here, my name is Paige and I'm just here for the girls leveling up and becoming their best self. So y'all, today I wanted to talk about like this New Year's resolution era, motivation and balance, because I feel like when we enter into a new year, we are always motivated. We always are shooting for something different. You know, we have different goals, different aspirations, but I want to talk about the real. Okay, I want to talk about the real because it's so easy to become motivated in the beginning of a year. You know, a fresh slate, a fresh start, but it's how do we stay motivated? How do we keep that discipline? Like, how do we balance out our work life and the things that we aspire to do as far as our purpose? You know, like, how do we do that? How do we go through wanting more and shooting for more when we're going through a breakup or when we're going through, you know, a life circumstance, a trauma? How do we push through? And y'all, I really wanted to talk about this because I feel like we always talk about the glitz and the glam of leveling up and becoming better, but we have to talk about the reality of life and how sometimes our life and our circumstances can put an anchor in the middle of our destiny. So how can we balance out our life regardless of the things that we go through? And what I will say, y'all, honestly, truthfully, when it comes to motivation and what I've learned just in this small amount of time this year, your motivation will literally come from you being tired of you. Like, literally, y'all, I have let me be honest with y'all. So what's this month? January. Okay, so I probably slowed down on my my YouTube videos probably in November because I was busy with my organization on top of me just kind of not being focused. Okay, let's be real. I was juggling a lot, but I could have made a way. But at some point, y'all, I was like, you know what? I know that I am meant to be on YouTube yapping my mouth. I know that for a fact. And I'm really playing with myself, not being consistent how I was. So you have to learn how to sacrifice fun. You have to learn how to sacrifice those temporary things to get to work. And for me, it was social activities. And y'all, I don't think y'all understand. And let me just be real, and let me not even sugarcoat it. I just cut off alcohol, like, for sure. And even though alcohol is not the main thing, I realized that was the thing holding me back as far as, you know, I could go out on a Sunday, you know, go just to the bar or go get dinner and get drinks, and that alcohol would literally give me brain fog to the point where Monday, where I want to shoot my videos, I can't even think of nothing. My brain is literally empty, no thoughts. Okay, so we have to realize that some of our habits, our bad habits, can affect the very thing we're trying to do. It can affect your clarity. And so this year, I was like, you know what? I want different. I've officially just cut alcohol for a while. And I said, I need to focus. I would say making better choices. Making better choices is how you will get to your destiny. And I'm saying all this to say, eventually you will get tired of you. You will get tired of a repeated cycle. And for an example, y'all, the alcohol was making me gain weight, causing my eczema to flare up. There's a triple effect of bad habits. So when you decide that you want different, when you finally decide, okay, I need to take care of my skin, I need to take care of my body, I need to take care of my mental, then that's where that motivation that you get will stick. That's when that motivation becomes discipline. And a lot of people don't talk about, you know, being consistent and having discipline has nothing to do with what you're actually doing and a lot to do with your mental. It has a lot to do with you being mentally ready for everything that you want. That's why I've always talked about, like, you know, solitude in my videos and spending time to yourself, just so you can have a little bit of clarity or soberness, you know, so you can have that clarity on what exactly it is you want to do, and so that you can have tunnel vision and focus on that. Once you have that focus, once you have that reason why you want to do that exact thing, and once you look at your life, matter of fact, I'm telling you, look at your life and envision how you would like it to be. Envision the woman that you desire to be, and see if the things that you are doing aligns with it. And sometimes, y'all, it takes for you to continue to do it. It takes for you to beat yourself down to the ground for God to show you, like, baby, have you not had enough of your own games? Have you not had enough of those bad habits holding you back? Now, that's the real tea on how you keep discipline. That's the real tea on how you stay motivated, is you get tired of you. Now, as far as going through things, going through trauma, sometimes that can actually be a push on, you know, reaching towards your goals. But sometimes for different people, it will set them back. It will make them feel down. It will make them feel like, oh, I can't, or make them feel defeated. But let me tell you something. When you think about this trauma that you are going through, when you think about your mental health declining, always think about the positive things that are in your life. And I know it's very hard sometimes when you feel defeated, but when I say I used to be that person, y'all. I used to be that person, depressed, waking up like I'm just over it. You know, I would wake up, go to the gym, and lay back down when I was depressed. Like, I didn't care. I didn't want to do anything. But what helped me tremendously is when I started to look at the bright side of everything. I don't care if my freaking tire got flat. I think of it like, okay, maybe my tire got flat because God was trying to slow me down, because maybe I could have been trapped up in an accident, traffic, or maybe God was trying to slow me down, you know. And ever since I developed the mindset of thinking on the brighter side, that helps me through the midst of trauma and the midst of the things that I go through in life. Because, y'all, honestly, in this life, we're always going to go through stuff. We're always going to go through trauma. We're always going to go through circumstances. There's always going to be circumstances that's going to want to pull us down. But we have to be mentally strong enough to push through and think positive. Thinking positive it has changed my life, and it will literally change your life. And I was just talking about this on Instagram also. If you know, with New Year's resolution wanting to be different, listen, there's a story about Marilyn Monroe where she changed her whole image, her whole persona to become the woman that she desired to be. And sometimes you have to have that self-concept. Like, you have to change your self-concept. You have to change how you view yourself. For an example, even with me, I had to look at myself and be like, okay, this is where you want to be. Does that woman that you see in your future, does she have a bad habit of going y'all, this is so embarrassing, but I'm gonna be real. Does she have a bad habit of going out, going to the bar every weekend, going to dinner every weekend, and having a lemon drop? You know, does she have a bad habit of not taking care of her skin? Does she have a bad habit of just not putting her needs first? No, she doesn't. So you have to change how you look at yourself and really get it together, okay? Because if you don't view yourself as that girl, if you don't view yourself as a top tier woman who's walking in that, nobody else will. No one will believe you because you don't even believe it yourself. So your self-concept of how you feel about yourself and who you are trying to be is so important, y'all. And I'm learning that also. I'm literally learning that also. It's so much that goes into becoming a better you. And it's okay. Like, that's why I'm so honest about my journey, y'all. Because sometimes you fall off. Sometimes you run into bad habits, okay? But it's how you overcome it. It's how you step out of that. It's how you grow. And it's you waking up and realizing, like, you know what? I'm tired of me. I'm tired of playing. It's crunch time. And for me, 2025, also with my organization developing, that was my, okay, it's crunch time. It's crunch time. After my event went well, yeah, I am who God says I am. Yeah. So find that thing within you that's gonna give you that oomph, okay? Because it don't even have to be you having an event. It don't have to be none of that. Sometimes it's you just simply getting up and says, you know what, and saying, you know what, I want better, so I'm gonna do better, and it's up. And who can stop me? And another thing, y'all, what I would do is stop viewing other people. Like, I feel like we don't talk about how we are overstimulated. Like, I think a lot of people get overwhelmed because they see that other things that other people are doing on social media. You watching everybody's story every day. Baby, that's overstimulating. We're not supposed to know these folks' business and quotes and all this every day. There are some days I get on Instagram, I don't watch nobody's story. Because it's too much. It's overstimulating. How am I gonna have room in my head for the things that I'm trying to do and to have clarity on the things that I'm trying to do if I'm always scrolling and tapping through everybody else's business, baby? Stressful. Something I had to learn. So sometimes you gotta have straight tunnel vision. You gotta write down your goals. You gotta do research on the things that you're trying to do. You gotta read some books. You gotta tap up out of that fake social media thing and face reality. Where are you right now? You that girl on Instagram? Are you that girl in person? You got all them likes. Do people like you in real life? Not that matters. Not that it matters. But do you like yourself? You got all those likes on Instagram, but do you like yourself? How can we work internally to become better externally in real life, in reality? And that's why I say sometimes you gotta stay off social media because it's not a real place. That's why if you see on my Instagram, y'all, I play all day because it's not real. Okay, I take the things that we go through in life and make a joke out of it. It's funny. Because that's how you gotta move through life. You gotta be positive. Like I said, you gotta be positive, and you gotta know who you are, baby. You gotta know that God has made you and called you here for a purpose. And it's time to be tired of your own crap. Okay, it's time to level up. This is the year. That's the reality of this glow up. It's not about going to the spa. It's not about going to do yoga. Yes, those are all great things. I work out too. But it's about your mental health. It's about your mental stability. It's about you being mentally ready for the things that you desire for your destiny. So are you ready, sis? Because I'm ready, okay? It's about making time. It's about setting aside time. It's about being an organized person. Stop trying to listen, we give ourselves headaches trying to put everything in our head. If you got things to do, it's things that you want to do, write it down. Get you a calendar, write it down. This day I'm gonna do this. This day I'm gonna do this. And before you know it, you'll be knocked down every goal that you're trying to do. Listen, the vision board that I created last year, everything that I wanted to do, I did. And it didn't, y'all, you know what's crazy? It happened subconsciously. I didn't even know that I was just jotting down, knocking off those things that I wanted to do. But I was so focused and so tapped in onto what I desired for my life, my calling, my purpose, that it was just happening because I was focused. So anyways, y'all, there is a sudden, let me tell you this, because people are probably like, I thought you said you were just unfocused. Listen, when you know your calling, your bad habits can be detrimental to your calling. So for an example, for me, I know exactly what God has called me to do. But if you let your bad habits ruin the very thing that God has shown you that is for you, then it's your own fault. Last year taught me that God will show you exactly where He wants you to be. God will put it in your heart, and you know, like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But if you choose to keep making bad choices, that's on you. That's what I learned. That's why I said there is a such thing as coexisting with doing the things that you know you're supposed to do and bad habits. Sometimes the bad habits outweigh the good habits. So baby, you got a choice. And I'm cutting into my sissies, and I'm cutting into all the girlies, because I'm cutting into myself. Baby, we gotta stop playing. We got to stop playing. And we gonna make it happen. 2025, baby, it's ours. 2026 is ours. 2027 is ours. Okay, it's not about just this year. Okay, it's about the foundation. This year is the foundation of everything that you are designed to do, and we done playing. We done playing, like I always say, and it's time to get to the nitty gritty. And I thank y'all for watching, and I thank y'all for hearing my truth, because a lot of people get on here and fake. And I'm not gonna lie, when I was like really first starting my walk with God, I wanted to be perfect. I started my YouTube off with giving suggestions, and that's fine. I think wholeheartedly that some people really needed to hear that. But I want y'all to first know that I'm human. I make mistakes. I sin. I am a work in progress. So I want you to see that it is possible to level up your life and still make mistakes, because you're human. But it's about you recognizing that and doing better. And this is the year to do better. Anyways, make sure you send this to a homegirl who needs to hear this. Make sure you like and subscribe. I love y'all. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for watching me. And I will see y'all in the next video. I love you. Bye.